Here at Needmore Speedway, I'm Wes James along with Fox Sports announcer Wesley Outland, and we're here for the big Frostbite race of the year, our first race of the year. And we've already got the Super Streets in the book. Jimmy Sloan Jr., the points champion from last year, finishes first, with Dustin Hughes finishing second. Larry Linton finished third. But here, Wesley, the 602s. These are the guys that are those second largest, biggest horses. We've got 25 cars in this field. Tyler Summerlin sitting on the pole with Cody Overton right from Evans, Georgia, right outside him. We've got some big names with Bailey Harns, Victor Matthews, Adam Giles, Stephen Bryan, Chance Seeley. We've got some big name, Nevin Gainey from Fort White, Florida. We've got a big race here, and we've got 20 laps these 602s are going to be running. The first race, this is the first 602 feature of the year. Only fitting. We worked together the very last race at Needmore last year. We're working together the very first race. Glad to have you back here at Needmore Speedway, my friend.
Always a pleasure, my friend, to join you here at the legendary Needmore Speedway. As the one-to-go indication is being given to the field. Hey, it's Speed Weeks. A lot of people are still in the wrap of Speed Weeks. I haven't been home for the last 2 weeks, and it won't be another 2 weeks before I go home. But it was really nice to be able to stop and make the trip here to the Needmore Speedway, the Frostbite, the kickoff of racing for 2019. Kick the winter, thaw off, and let's go racing. As the lights are extinguished around the Speedway, we are set to go green for the first 602 late model sportsman event. Wes James for the call out of turn number 4.
And Tyler Summerlin will lead them down the front straightaway. We will get a lap in the books. They cross the finish line there, 3 wide as they head into turn 1. They sling it out. That's number 66, Cody Overton, as he tries to take the lead. Victor Matthews.
Big trouble in turn number 1 and 2. 2, 3, 4 cars, and a cloud of dust ensues as well. Right before everything clears its way, you've got now 3 cars, calamity blocking the track, and we go under the caution flag.
And this is, like I say, the first race of the year. So what will happen, one car is already refired, and we'll have the rules here at Needmore Speedway is we'll have a complete restart, just like we did because we did not get a completed lap.
We'll re-rack them and restack them, as they say.
Rack them and restack them. Tell us what you've been doing since I've seen you last.
Oh man, been doing really good. Still doing Fox Sports and doing college football and basketball, and of course getting ready for March Madness. Also got hired by MAV TV. Matter of fact, I'll be on MAV TV tonight at 9 o'clock on Short Track America at 9 o'clock on MAV TV. Check your cable or local satellite listings for it. But went to Screven, done Winter Freeze, went to Daytona for the ARCA race, went to last Sunday announcing Clash qualifying for NASCAR and the Clash and the crazy events that happened with Jimmy Johnson and Paul Menard. And then this past week, I've been on the road at Ocala at Bubba Raceway Park working for USAC and the Bill Steen Stars Mid Light Series. And hightailed it up here today. So got a couple of days off after tonight, and I'll rest up, and then we go down to Clewiston, Florida, to Hendry County Speedway for another 4 days of racing, and then back to Ocala to cover for CraneInsider.com for the Chevy Performance World Championship.
Well, while we're under caution here, real quick, tell me what are your thoughts on NASCAR's new rule? If you win and you're found not to be in compliance.
Oh, I love it. I mean, dirt tracks across the country do post-race inspection. So if your car is illegal, you're illegal. You should not get no encumbered points. You should not get your purse money. You should be disqualified. We do it across the country, across the nation, in asphalt and dirt tracks, and I'm glad that NASCAR has finally stepped up and done it as well.
I had on a sports talk show last week, they were talking, and one of the listeners brought up the fact, says, why can't they do it like in the old days? Do your pre-race inspection. Lock the cars down.
That's right.
Nobody. Those cars are impounded until
put them in the garage area,
and there's nobody allowed in there until Sunday morning when you're ready to go racing again.
And it used to be that way.
Yep.
Believe it or not, it used to be that way. I mean, it used to be where, you are not allowed to go in there. You're not allowed to tamper with the car, mess with the cars in any way. But I guess, unfortunately, things have changed now. So
see, that was back in my day. I remember down at Darlington, and we're going to race on Sunday. Got a big rain, and when they just locked the garage area down, and you had security guards there. And nobody was allowed in.
Right.
And you could come back right before the race, get your car ready to go, and roll it out on pit road and get ready to go racing, just like I thought we were fixing to. The caution light is still out here as we're getting underway for our 602 Sportsman class here at Needmore Speedway. One of the things we're doing this year different, Wesley, than we've done before, we've got orange barrels set up where on the start of the race, they can't start until they greet those orange barrels anywhere in between there, and the flagman can drop the flag, and that's when they'll go racing. Of course, we'll go back to our blue barrels. You got actually between turns 3 and 4 where the leader of the race can refire. But we've got a developmental league started here at Needmore Speedway.
I know, I saw some of that, and that's really cool. And you know, Wes, I think that's something that we need to do to continue to grow the sport. We've got to keep our youth involved in racing. All the parents that have brought or guardians that have brought the little boys and little girls in the grandstands and in the pits and seeing the atmosphere that is the racing here of dirt track motorsports. You know, that's what we have to do, Wes James. We've got to keep our youth involved, whether it be the next announcer, the next flagman, the next scorer, the next race director, the next track owner like Kelly Walker, you know, race car driver. You have to get these kids involved in the sport, and I think it's awesome that we have this new developmental series that'll be here at Needmore Speedway. And
we'll tell you more about that as we get ready to go back under a green flag here. We got all those 25 horses lined up again. Tyler Summerlin again will bring them down the back straightaway. They'll be looking for that green flag from our flagman, Mr. Scott. As they roll into turn 3, halfway through now, coming out of turn 4, he's looking them over. He likes what he sees. He drops the green flag. We'll see if we can get a lap in the books this time. Oh, we got action up there in turn 1, bumping between number 66 Cody Overton and Tyler Summerlin. Everybody makes it through 1 and 2 this time. Let's see what happens through 3 and 4.
Oh, no, got one off the wall, riding the roll at a turn 4. Rim rides it, gets up to the high side, stalls. Just at the entrance of pit road, Joe, you know, he had nowhere to go, Wes, and that's the 19 car of, was it Mike Summer?
79 Victor
No,
Matthews.
it's Victor Matthews. Oh, my goodness. And he's normally a strong contender.
Yeah, only a strong contender. Got up, folks, he got up on top of the barrier and was actually riding it around, and when he got to pit road, there's nothing there, and he had to ride it right off the end of it, like he was kind of skateboarding or something. And
that's right.
And just nothing there, and they're actually hooking a wrecker up to his car, and he was one of the top contenders here this afternoon. Guy can really, really wheel a car. While we got a chance, we'll go back and talk about the young guys. They've taken 602 cars. They call them 602 juniors.
Yeah.
And they're geared where they don't run over 45 to 50 mile an hour. It's for young men and young ladies 16 years of age and under who have never raced before. Put them in a race car, they can get out. There's no competition. There's no green flags. They get out and make 5 or 6 laps, 10 laps or whatever, and get used to being in a race car so that when the time comes, they can actually move up into a larger class. And there's a car in the 21 car. We call it the Walker Rocket. It's Kelly Walker's car.
Yeah.
And Kelly, who great car, great driver, chose to take over this track.
Yes.
And in doing so, I said, well, are you going to race? Because I'd love to see him race. And he said, no, I think it'd be a conflict of interest if I raced at a track that I managed, so I'm not going to race. So what did he do? He put his son, geared the car down and put his son in the developmental league and said you'll get a chance to get some seat timing and get some experience racing the car.
A beautiful overcast Sunday afternoon, if you will. A lot of people ready for the Great American Race at Daytona 500. This is the Frostbite here at the Needmore Speedway. Wes James, Wesley Outlet. Thank you to executive producer Trey Snide running the boards for us. And, again, this is the Community Radio Network. And, by the way, Wes, we got a website now, crnsports.org. It's made it more simple now than to have to go to troubleshoot and find all these different links. crnsports.org, you can get coverage of all the high school, college sports we cover. Racing, Speed Weeks continues on next weekend at Hendry County Speedway, after tonight at Needmore Speedway, and the new Fox Sports Radio podcast that I do every Wednesday at 11 a.m., Finish Line. You can get the archives of that as well.
And that is tell us.
crnsports.org.
crnsports.org.
Yes. And we're going to come back for the restart. Out in front, Cody Overton from Evans, Georgia. They're going to come to the firing line, and they're going to come to 1 to go, it looks like. No, they're not. Actually, I thought the flagman was going to show 1 to go, but he's not. One more time around. Hey, you know what, Wes? This is a great car count for a Sunday afternoon in February in the South to have 23 cars. I mean, that's phenomenal. We got the Southern Clash Late Model Series coming up later on tonight. A lot of my buddies made the trip from Southern Raceway for the National Late Model event. They're here tonight as well. I think Juicy Dalton Cook, David McCoy were some of the fast cars. They're around my neck of the woods in the Carolinas, so we got some good shows coming up here. Green flag goes in the air. We're set for the restart now. As they dive into turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Overton on the whole shot. He'll open up about a half a car length, maybe more, over the pack as they hit the back straightaway. Battle heating up for second as they go to turn 3.
Out of turn 3 to come down again is
Well,
Overton.
trouble.
Nope.
24 pushed down to the bottom of the racetrack off of turn 4. That's Chance Seeley out of Moultrie, Georgia. That brand new race car, Wes James, and the caution will have to come out yet again for the third time.
Now, did we see because I was watching some other stuff back in the pack to see what stuff going on. Did you see what happened up there?
There was contact. That's all of us say. They were friends.
Rubbing is, it's just
That's
rubbing.
right. There were just a little contact there, nothing bad.
So that's like when you reach over and bump me over, it's kind of like bumping out there on the
That's
racetrack.
it. That's it. Yes, sir. You know when I bump you, it's getting good.
You know
Wes
it is.
James.
It
You know
is.
that.
Yes, sir. You get excited.
I have a bad habit of doing that with all the colleagues they say I work with. The guys, even Bob Dillner says, man, every time you go like that to me, I get a chicken wing because I got a bruised elbow because I know something's happening on the racetrack, and you're begging me to beg the cameraman to show what's going on. So
there you go. You got to keep everybody informed in what's going on.
How have you been doing, Wes? I got to get you to do my voiceover for Finish Line.
I don't know why.
I just haven't. Man, I've just been so busy.
got that old country voice, kind of talk like this all the time. So.
I'm ready to promote you out on the Fox Sports Radio world. I'm gonna.
I just say it's neat. I get to work with you. I've showed pictures and talked to folks. I said, it's not every day you get to work with a Fox Sports announcer.
Oh man, I'm just a regular Joe like anybody else, Wes. I've just been really blessed, buddy, and it's been 23 years of hard work, also.
Yeah, but you don't look 23. When did you start? When you were 6 months old?
I started announcing when I was 13, so I'm 35 now. That's why I was trying to tell you about keeping the kids involved in the sports, and yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yes, sir.
I eat, breathe, and sleep racing when I was a kid, and that was just a hobby. Now I have a career doing it, plus a whole bunch of other accolades too. But
Seeley back out on the track. You'll see where they're going to place him at. So he's got to move to the rear of the pack, or where they will put him at.
Man, we've had some awesome speed weeks, Wes James. Man, we've had some great racing. We had racing at Screven Motorsports Complex at Winter Freeze. What an awesome show that was with the World of Outlaw Morton Builders Late Model Series. Brandon Overton won on Friday night. And Saturday night saw the Coconut, the Georgia Bulldogs, Shane Clanton win. And then, of course, East Bay, the Winter Nationals for Lucas Oil. Awesome shows. Golden Isles saw some great racing as well. And then, of course, I really got to applaud Kelly Walker and Chance Smith and everybody here for stepping up and wanting to have their own kind of little Speed Weeks event. It's not all 4 or 5 days of racing, but a one-day deal. It's pretty good, sufficient.
I tell you what, and what an asset Chance Smith has been to Needmore Speedway already. Young man, very impressive, 22 years old, and he just puts me to shame when it comes talking about racing.
Yeah, he's a really good kid, and I've built quite a relationship with Chance Smith and all the great work that he's done, and Kelly Walker believes in him, and there's a lot of great things happening here. It's good to see this racetrack thriving and making it, surviving. There's so many racetracks that are on the verge of closing their doors or shutting their doors down, and this place was close to being defunct as well. And the efforts of Kelly Walker and Chance Smith, Robbie Metz, so many other people behind the scenes keeping it alive. It's phenomenal. We're back for the restart. The call has been made to go single file. Green flag goes back in the air, and it's going to be that 66 of Cody Overton. Hey, that's Brandon Overton's brother, the little brother. Down the back straightaway, leading the way for that number 2 spot now is going to be Tyler Summerlin. He's in the mix. They'll like